Welcome to AP Vidya Vahini, Chittoor district program. So today the session is a physics session. So this chapter is very important and very easy. So if you concentrate very easily, you can get a 6 mark. So from this chapter, for the examination purpose, so one for the examination, one 4 marks question will come and one 2 marks question will come. Okay. So very easy topics are there in this chapter. So very easily you can get 4 marks. Okay, na? So limited topics are there. So previously how studied, that is total internal reflection. Mostly the 4 marks question come from, that is what is mean by total internal reflection, critical angle, and from applications of total internal reflection. And next on simple microscope, you know, and sign conventions. Yeah, from these topics you get a 4 marks question. And 2 marks question mostly from effects of eyes, and from refraction of a light through a prism, and from this topic from power of a lens, and from optical density. Okay, na? So there are limited 4 marks and 2 marks questions are there. So when compared to other chapters like chemistry, mathematics, so there are limited questions in physics, 4 marks or else 2 marks, whatever may be. Limited number of questions are there. Mostly 4 marks, 4 or 5 topics only, and mostly 2 marks, around 8 or 10 questions only. If you learn around okay those topics, so definitely will get 6 marks. Okay, yes. See here, I observed at very first the strength of the students is less, around 150, and after around 3 o'clock also the strength of the students is only around 150, 100 only. So middle of the session, the more number of students are joining, and just they are monitoring, are we there in the session or not, like that. And again they are leaving from the session. Okay. So the students, the who are from starting to ending, so they are only, okay, really wants the physics. So remaining all are just for only, okay, to give their attendance only, they are joining and leaving. So it's not good actually. Suppose if you want to go movie, what you do? If the movie starts at 9 o'clock, you will reach the cinema hall before 9, at least at half an hour before you reach the cinema hall. Okay, so even uh, if there is a, okay, uh, that is what the movie is a end, then only you leave the cinema hall. Okay, so we shows a interest, okay, that gives temporary enjoyment to us. Okay, but mostly we don't show, that is which gives the permanent happiness. Okay, so tell me, on which we have to spend time more, on temporary happiness or else permanent, which gives permanent happiness? Tell me. So actually, so education makes you good. Okay, through education only you, okay, reach to your goals. You can achieve your goals, and that gives only a permanent happiness to you, not these temporary, okay, movies, etc., etc. Okay, so leave it. So today our topic is power of a lens and a combination of thin lenses in contact. So if I enter directly into the topics, so I will complete within the half an hour in 15 minutes. Okay, so but I want to tell, that is it's a front and it's a back also I will cover. Okay, so I will give it's a fundamentals. It's a, okay, first, that is fundamentals means a groundwork. Okay, so for anything, if you do the groundwork, the main work takes less time. Okay, and N2. Okay, yes. So first of all, let's recall. So what you learned till. Okay, that means what you studied in your previous two classes. Okay, previous class. Okay. See here, lens formula. It comes from your 10th class. Uh, now from 9th class also. That is lens formula 1 by f is equals to 1 by v minus 1 by u. So here already you know that is here u is called as a object distance and v is called as a image distance. F is focal length. I hope you learned this the definitions of these terms in the previous classes. So I don't repeat again. Okay. And next mirror formula 1 by f is equals to 1 by v plus 1 by u. Again, while applying these formulae to calculate the something to calculate problems, okay, again we use sign convention. So already in the first class of this chapter, Nandini Madam explained you that is sign conventions. Okay, na? There are two or three sign conventions are there. Okay, na? So you should aware of those sign conventions. Okay. Next, curved surface formula. See here, in the previous class, our Venkat Subbaya sir, okay, explained you betterly. So already you studied in your 10th class also. So for the competitive examinations, these formulae are very important. Curved surface formula. For the curved surfaces, we use this formulae. That is N2 by V minus N1 by U. N1 by U is equals to N2 minus N1 by R. So here U is object distance, V is object distance. Okay, na? U is object distance. That object lies, okay, in a medium of refractive index N1. V is a image distance, image formed in a medium of refractive index N2, and R is a radius of curvature of curved surface or else a spherical surface. So N2 by V minus N1 by U is equals to N2 minus N1 by R. Okay, na? So this is okay. So the medium in which object is there, we have to take its refractive index as a N1 and object distance as a U. And the medium in which image are formed by a okay curved surface, whose refractive index we have to take as a N2 and image distance V, and R is a radius. And if the surface is not a curved surface, if it is a plane surface, so already you studied in your 10th class. Okay. So for a plane surface, how radius is infinity. Again, I don't explain here. For a plane surface, radius is infinity. If you substitute radius r is equals to infinity in the above formula, you get N2 by V minus N1 by U is equals to 0. So already there were beautiful problems in your 10th class. Okay. You studied there. So how you okay? So how we solve different problems using these formulae? Okay, you studied all these in the 10th class. Okay, there are problems related to these formulae in the 10th class. Okay, even in the intermediate also there. Okay, and next see here lens makers formula. Okay, so it's a formula is important for 2 marks in the 10th class, and here also important. Okay, lens makers formula 1 by f is equals to N21 minus 1 into 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. So here N21 means that is N2 by N1. So here we take mostly N1, refractive index of a medium in which a lens is kept, and N2 is a refractive index of a lens, refractive index of a lens. Okay, na? So N21 means we read as a refractive index of a medium 2 with respect to medium 1. Okay, na? So here a refractive index of a lens with respect to medium in which lens is kept. So this is the lens makers formula. Okay. So here also it is important. It's a formula. Sometimes they will ask write the lens maker's formula and explain the terms in it. It's important. It is important for 2 marks. Okay. Yeah. So briefly, see here I will explain that is okay, because I use in my topics some terms. That's why here I want to discuss these terms. See, convex lens and converging lens. Already you know. So you have been studying about this from your 10th class and from your 10th class. Okay, na? Yes. See here. So this is a convex lens, and it is also called as a converging lens. So why we call that is a convex lens is a converging lens means because it converts the okay light rays incidented on it, okay na, at a point. So that's why this is called as a converging lens. Okay. Yes. And see here, this is a surface one we take, and this is a surface two we take. Okay na. That means so light rays, incident light rays are coming from left side. That means the object is on the left side of a lens. That's why the surface which is on the object side is taken as a surface one, and the surface which is on the other side of the object is taken as a surface two. Okay, na? And similarly, it's a terms also. Okay, that is a focus of surface one is taken as a f1, and its a focal length is also f1, and its a radius also r1, and its a center of curvature also c1. Okay. Yes. See here. See here. So this is F1. This is a C1. Here F1 C1 are belongs to this surface one. Okay, na. So sir, why we have to take F1 C1 these only? Because so these terms are belongs to this surface, and this surface is towards the object, and the surface of the lens which is on the side of object is taken as a one, and its terms also as a F1 C1 and so on. Okay, na? And see here, and this is the second surface. This is the second surface, and its terms, that is its a focus, its a center of curvature, and its a radius. Okay, na? Taken as a F2, R2, C2, and so on. Okay. Yes. See here, incident light rays are parallel. So incident light rays are parallel to each other means, so these light rays are coming from the infinite distance object. Okay, na? So infinite means don't think infinite means it is several kilometers of distance, not that like that. So here the focal, when compared to focal length of a lens, if the distance is high, treated as a infinite distance only. Suppose if the focal length is around 15 centimeter, 20 centimeter, then 5 meters of distance taken as a infinite distance. That's only. So infinite means here don't think it is some kilometers of distance. Okay, na? So here infinite means which is far away, some meters of distance only. Okay. Yes. So here the object is at infinite, and light rays coming from it are parallel. So here this convex lens uh, okay converge the refracted light rays of those parallel incident light rays at one point, and this point is called as a focus. Okay. Focus. And the distance from optic center means the geometrical center of a lens is called as optic center. The distance from optic center to this focus is called as a focal length. It's called as a focal length. Okay, na? Okay, focal length means the distance from optic center to focus is called as a focal length. Okay, so the same here I wrote. Okay, the same here I explained. So this is about a convex lens. Okay, convex lens focal length is a positive. Convex lens focal length is a positive. Okay, when you take in air. Okay, like that. That means if you take a lens in a medium whose refractive index is less than the refractive index of a lens, okay, uh, okay, there it's a focal length is a positive. Okay, na? Yes. So focal length of a convex lens is a positive. That's why it is called as a positive lens. Okay, na? So don't think always the focal length of a convex lens is a positive. That it depends on a medium in which we take the convex lens. Its a focal length is a positive. So mostly here, focal length of a lens, convex lens is a positive. We can say, okay, now by assuming we will take that lens in air medium, in air medium. Okay, no problem. If you take in water medium also, no problem. That is a convex lens acts as a remains a convex lens. Okay, now. So lens means what? Lens means mostly it is made by the glass. Its a refractive index is 1.5. If you take this convex lens in a medium whose refractive index is greater than 1.5, their convex lens acts as a negative lens, a concave lens having the focal length a negative value. Okay, if the focal length, okay, if the focal length of a lens is more, sorry, if the refractive index of a lens is more than the refractive index of a medium in which a lens is kept, there the convex lens remains acts as a, okay, positive lens. Okay, now focal length is remains positive. That's why a convex lens is called as a, okay, convex lens is called as a focal length. Okay, now see here, okay, now whatever I said here, I will tell, okay, now there is in the equations of form, I will prove it. Okay, yes. See here, focal length of a convex lens is a positive. Okay, see here. Uh, this is the lens maker's formula. 1 by F is equals to N2 by N1 minus 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. So if you take the lens in air medium, N1 is a 1. You take the refractive index of a lens as a N. Okay, and R1 is a positive, R2 is a negative for a convex lens. So 1 by F is equals to N minus 1, 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 is a positive, and here N minus 1, N is a greater than 1. This is also positive. So positive into positive. So you get focal length of a lens is a positive. Focal length of a convex lens is a positive. So that's why it is called as a positive lens. And see here why R1 is a positive and why R2 is a negative. Okay, let's take this is the surface, okay, 1. This is the surface 1. Let's take its center of curvature as C1, and this is the distance R1. So we measure distance in this direction, starting from optic center to C1. Okay, na? And the direction of, okay, we will take the object on the left side, and this is the direction of a incident light rays. So already we know, if we measure the distance, any distance in the direction of a incident light rays, we have to take that positive. So here we measure R1 in this direction, and this is the direction of a incident light rays also. So R1 is a positive. R1 is a positive. Already you studied in your 10th class. I just am reminding you only. Okay. Yes. Yes. Now see here why R2 is negative. Okay, I am one surface I am taking only. This is the surface 2. This is the optic center, the geometrical center of a lens. And assume here is C2, it's a center of curvature. So we have to measure, okay, the distance from optic center to C2 in this direction. Okay, no? This is a R2. But object, okay, so we have taken the object is on the left side. That means light rays come from left side in this direction. See here, this direction of measuring R2 is opposite to the direction of incident light rays. So here R2 we have to take a negative. Okay, na? Yes. So that's why in the lens makers of formula, we substitute this R2 negative. Already here is a negative, negative, negative become positive. This total term is a positive and this term is also positive. Positive into positive, focal length of a convex lens is a positive. Focal length of a convex lens is a positive. Okay, na? Yes, this is. And next see here briefly, that is about a concave lens. Concave lens, okay. So mostly we use a convex and a concave lenses, okay, uh, to minimize, to reduce our that is okay defects. Okay, yes. See here concave lens. Concave lens is also called as a diverging lens. See here why concave lens is called as a diverging lens. See here, these are the incident light rays coming from infinite distance object, and these are the refracted light rays. See here, these refracted light rays are diverging away from each other. So there is no any chance of intersecting of these two. Okay, na? These are okay, na? So we can extend these refracted light rays to back. Okay, so and they converge at one point. Okay, and this point is called as a virtual focus. Virtual focus. This is called as a virtual focus, and the distance from optic center to virtual focus is called as a focal length. Okay, na? See here, these light rays are okay diverging away from each other. Okay, so yes, concave lens diverges the light rays incident on it. So that's why concave lens is called as a diverging lens. That's why concave lens is called as a diverging lens. Okay, already you know in the first class itself, that is Nandini madam explained, that is a point of divergence and a point of convergence. Okay, no? Point of convergence and a point of a convergence. Okay, suppose if a light, okay, if a light, okay, travel in all directions starting from one point, which is called as a point of, okay, divergence, and light rays coming from okay different directions intersect at one point is called as a point of a convergence. Called as a point of a convergence. Okay, and now see here I will show you that is how concave lens is a negative lens and how its focal length is a negative. Okay, I said previously that is a positive and a negative depends upon the refractive indices of media in which okay lenses are kept. Okay, yes. So here I am saying that is a concave lens is a negative lens. Okay, with respect to refractive index of a medium is less than the refractive index of a lens. Okay, now yes. So here concave lens. See here, this is also in a air medium. The lens maker's formula is 1 by f is equals to 1 by f is equals to 1 n minus 1 into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. So here r1 is a negative and r2 is a positive. Okay, now in the okay previously how we calculated in the same way, r1 is a negative, r2 is a positive. So 1 by f is equals to n minus 1. In the place of r1 we take negative value, so it comes minus r1, and this is r2 is a positive. Already there is minus r1 minus r2. So from this term we get a negative value, and here we get a positive value. Positive into negative and negative. Okay, na? Yes, concave lens is called as a negative lens because its a focal length is a negative. Okay, na? So where it is a negative? Yes, when its a refractive index is higher than the refractive index of a medium in which a lens is kept. Okay, na? Negative lens. I'm not saying always it is negative. With respect to media whose refractive indices less than the refractive index of a lens, it is a negative lens. Okay. Yes. So these are the fundamentals briefly. Okay. Yes. Now see here, my topic is power of a lens. Okay. So why do we study about a power of a lens actually? Why do we study? Okay. Na? Okay. So what is a power of a lens? Yes. Yes. See here, I will tell. See here, already you know about structure of your eye. Okay. So you have studied in your biology, even in the 10th class in physics also. So in our eye, okay, so there is a crystalline lens. There is a crystalline lens, and this is the retina. So here what happens? Okay, so light rays come from the objects and incidents on a eye lens, and this eye lens converge all incidental light rays after the refraction at a one point on the retina. At one point on the retina, so that this eye can see, okay, na, that object from which light rays are coming. No problem. So it is a normal eye of a human being. Okay, na? Yes. Suppose with age, with age and from heredity, okay, na? So people will get some defects. Okay, now. So with that defect, yes, ciliary muscles loses their flexibility. Already you know. Okay, ciliary muscles loses their flexibility. Okay, now. So then eye lens can converge the light rays in front of the lens, or else sorry, in front of the retina, or else behind the retina. Okay, so because of loss of flexibility of ciliary muscles, okay, see here, what does the ciliary muscles, okay, here this lens is encircled, this lens is encircled in a ciliary muscles. This ciliary muscles by contracting or else by relaxing, okay, changes the aperture of a lens. If they change the size of a lens, radius of a lens changes. So focal length of a lens changes. So according to object distance, okay, focal length of a lens changes, so that the lens can form its image always on the retina. No problem. Okay, na? So problem occurs if ciliary muscles loses their flexibility. Then according to the object distance, ciliary muscles can't change the focal length of a lens. So then problem arises. Okay, na? So because of that, okay, that a lens converts the light rays, okay, na, in front of the retina or else behind the retina. If this happens, okay, so that I can't see the object from which a light rays are okay coming. Understand? So these are the defects. So here there are okay, three types of defects are there. Okay, so those are, one is a myopia defect. Okay, yes, see here, this is here I am briefly telling ma again. Okay, structure of eye will come. So there they explains ma, no problem. Okay, see here, this is a normal eye. This is the case of a normal eye. Okay, see here, light rays incidenting and eye lens converging all those incident light rays on the retina. Okay, this is the normal eye. Okay, na? Yes. Now see here, this is the myopia defect. Okay, now myopia means a nearsightedness. So with this eye can see nearby objects only, not far objects. So with this defect, see here what happens. These islands are forming okay, its islands are converging all incident light rays in front of the retina, not on the retina. So that with this defect, this eye can't see the okay na far objects. This eye can see nearby objects only, not far objects. Okay na? Yes. And next see another defect, that is a hypermetropia defect. Hypermetropia means a far sightedness. That means with this eye, okay, we can see far objects clearly, but not nearby objects. Okay, when you focus to the nearby object, see here, the islands converge the incident light rays beyond the retina. Okay, na? Okay, if the refracted light rays converge at the retina, on the retina only, that I can see, okay, na, that object. But here refracted light rays converging beyond the retina means, so this is called as a hypermetropia defect. Okay, that means this eye can see nearby objects only, not sorry, far objects only, but not nearby objects. Okay, now see here, and this is the presbyopia defect. That means okay, so both defects. Okay, na, both hypermetropia plus myopia. If any eye is suffering with a mode with both defects called as presbyopia, we can minimize this with by bifocal lens. Okay, na? Yes. So we can minimize these defects using a lenses. So we can minimize these defects. We can minimize these defects. Okay, na? We can minimize these defects using a lenses. Okay, na? So depending upon the defect, we use different types of lenses. That means that one defect convex lens and one defect concave lens we use. Okay, na? Yes. So we know that is which lens is to which defect. Okay, na. So if we go and okay gets the from the shop means okay na. So they will ask prescription. That means okay. So individual to individual. So I have that is some defect. So if I use a convex lens, okay na, that's not okay na. So how to go to doctor, okay na. So doctor okay checks our eye and he finds that is what reading of a lens I required, okay na. And here that reading is called as okay power. Here that reading is called as what power. See here. To minimize the defects of an eye, we use lenses. We use lenses. Depending upon the type of defect, we use convex or concave lenses. Person to person, the size of defect is different. So we use different readings of lenses. That is a different power of lenses. Different power of lenses. Okay. Suppose if we visit the hospital, okay, the doctor gives a prescription. So by writing in terms of like a plus 1.5D to the right eye and minus 2.5D to the left eye. So like that, we will find on the prescription in terms of positive values and in terms of negative values and okay, in terms of a capital D. Okay, now. So here a positive negative indicates that is a convex lens and a negative lens. Okay, na? And here a D is a diopter, that is a power. Okay, unit of okay power. Okay, see here. Okay, power of a lens. Power of a lens. Okay, see here. The ability of a convergence or a divergence of a lens measures in terms of a power of a lens. In terms of a power of a lens. Okay, now. So first of all, a doctor checks what type of a defect, with what type of a defect he is suffering. Okay, now. So to minimize that a defect, with what power of a lens, how to give, how to write. Okay, now. What power of a lens. Okay, now. So here, type of lens important and power of lens also important. Okay, now. If a doctor give a okay particular power of a lens that is suitable to his defect, then only it works. Okay na. Then only with by wearing those spectacles he can see okay na objects and that minimize his defect. Okay, see here. So the power, okay, see here. Okay, yes, let's take understand. So the power means what? The degree of convergence or divergence. Okay na. The ability of a convergence of a light rays or as a divergence of a light rays depends on the power of a lens. Okay na. Or else measures in the terms of a power. Okay na. Yes. And see here. See here. Okay. Let's take yes, this is a lens. Okay, this is a lens. Okay. Yes. So let's take this is incident light ray. Incident light ray. Okay na. And assume so here is a that is a retina. Okay na. So okay with the power of lens with the okay with the power of lens our eye lens should convert the light okay exactly on the retina. So then only this eye can see the objects. Okay na. Suppose if the power of a lens is okay not properly given, then what happens? Then it converts the light rays in this way or in this way. If it converts the light ray in this way or else in this way, then it's a defect. Okay, not minimizes complete, not minimizes. Okay, now. So he has to wear a lens, okay, with a suitable power so that his eye lens converts the light rays exactly on the retina. Then, okay, its a defect will be minimized. Okay, so this is called as actually power of a lens. Power of a lens. Okay, na. So this okay, see here. The if the power is high, okay, it converts it like this. And if the power is less, it converts it like this. See here. So this is the actual. This is actually actual path of a incident. Okay, actual path of incident. See here. Let's take. Let's take. This is a lens. This is a lens. This is a lens. Okay. So this is the incident light ray. If there is no lens here, so it travels in the same path. Okay, na? But here there is a convex lens. Okay, na? And it converges the light in this. Okay, so this is called as a deviated light, deviated light ray. Okay, na? That means here this a convex lens deviating the light ray from its actual path, and this angle is called as a angle of deviation. Okay, na? The angle between actual path of light and the deviated light ray is called as a angle of a deviation. So this is angle of deviation. Okay, na? So this angle of deviation depends on its power. Okay, na? So more the power of a lens, more the angle of deviation. Less the power of a lens, less the angle of deviation. So this is actually power of a lens. The ability of a convergence or else a divergence. Okay, na? How angle it bends the incidental light ray. Okay, it bends the incident light ray. Depends on its power. More its power, more the angle it bends. Less the power, less the angle it bends. That is the power of a lens actually. Okay, na? Yes. Now here we will derive the expression for the power of a lens, and we will see the definition of a power of a lens. We will see the definition of a power of a lens. Okay, na? See here the definition for power of a lens is, okay. So this is a convex lens. Okay, this is the convex lens, and this is the incident light, and incidenting at this point on the convex lens, on this convex lens, and here lens is deviating its actual path. Okay, na? Okay, this is the deviated path, and this is the actual path. This is the angle of deviation delta. Okay, na? And this is the angle of angle of deviation delta. See here, these two are normals, and this act as a okay. Sorry, these two are parallel, and this act as a tangent. Okay. Yes. Yes. If these two are parallel and this acts as a normal, then these alternating angle two are equal. These two angles are equal. These two angles are equal. Okay. These two angles are equal. Now let's take this is A, and this is a center of the geometrical center of a lens is a O, and this is F. So okay, and delta is equals to what? Opposite side by opposite side by, okay, na, adjacent side. So here opposite side is a H, and adjacent side is a distance from optic center to focus. This is the focal length. Tan delta is equals to H by F. Tan delta is equals to H by F. Tan delta is equals to H by F. Okay, na? Yes. So according to our definition of a power, this H is a 1. Okay, na? This H is a 1. Okay, na? Then tan delta is equals to 1 by F. Tan delta is equals to 1 by F. Okay, na? See here how we define a power. So power P is equals to tangent of a angle of deviation. Tangent of a angle of deviation. Okay, na? When light incident at a unit distance from optic center. Okay, na? See here. This is the, okay, this is the optic center. That means the center of the lens. Okay, na? If a light ray incident at a unit distance from optic center, at a unit distance from optic center, then the tangent of this angle of deviation is nothing but a power of a lens. Understand? When light incidents at a unit distance on a lens from its optic center, then the tangent of angle of deviation is nothing but simply it's a power of a lens. Simple. Okay, na? Yes. So this is ma. So the power of a lens is equals to tan delta. Okay, na? And tan delta is equals to h by f. According to the definition, h is equals to, we have taken 1. So tan delta is equals to 1 by f. Okay, na? See here, when delta values are when delta value is a very small, already we know if theta is a very small, sin theta is equals to theta. If theta is a very small, tan theta is equals to theta. Suppose you see here, if theta is equals to 0, tan theta, that means a tan 0 is equals to what? A 0 only. If the theta values are very small, even if you take a theta or not, there is no any difference in its values. Okay, na? Tan 0 is equals to 0. If theta values are very close to 0, okay, there is no difference even if you take a tan or not. Okay, na? Yes. If delta is a very small, then delta is equals to simply you take a delta. So delta is equals to 1 by f. And this delta is equals to what? Power. Power P is equals to 1 by f. Okay, now see here. So this is, okay, now the another definition, the reciprocal of focal length of a lens is also called as a power of a lens. Is also called as a power of a lens. P is equals to 1 by f. Okay. Now see here how to define power of a lens. The power of a lens is defined as the tangent of angle of deviation, means it convergence. The tangent of angle by which it converge or diverge. Okay, na? A beam of light falling at a unit distance from the optical center. Okay, na? So if you understand, like, okay, na? So you can write the definition by your own way. Okay, na? So meaning is important. However, you write no problem. Okay, na? So finally, ultimately, you should get the same meaning. Okay, if you understand well, you can write by your own way. Okay, na? No need to by heart. So this is a power of a lens. Okay, na? So see here, the reciprocal of focal length of a lens is also called as a power of a lens. Okay, so power P is equals to 1 by f. Okay, now so it is a very important for 2 marks. Sometimes they will ask define power of a lens. You have to write the reciprocal of focal length of a lens. If you write in that way, or else the tangent of angle of the deviation. Okay, now when light incidents on a lens at a unit distance from its optic center is called as a power of lens. That's also okay, no problem. So P is equals to 1 by f. So units also important sometimes. Sometimes they will ask both. So define power of a lens and write its units. Okay, now in that case, so they award 1 mark for the definition and 1 mark for the units. Okay, now yes. So the SI unit of a focal length is a meter. Okay, now yes. So already we know the focal length of a convex lens is a positive. So we get its a focal length is also positive. And we know the focal length of a concave lens is a negative. We get it's a power also in terms of negative values. Okay, na? In terms of negative values. Okay, na? Yes. Yes. Now see here for a okay, negative. Okay, na? Yes. So sometimes they will give focal length in a centimeter. What happened? The CPU usage is high. So no problem, students. A small problem occurred. Please stay login. Okay, I will complete, no problem, within the time. Okay, na? So I am finding because after the 3, okay, now most of the students are leaving because they have a busy schedule. Okay, now they can't spend more than 1 hour. Oh my God, they are very busy. Huh? See here, if they give focal length in a centimeter, then you use a power P is equals to 1 by f. Okay, yes. See here, there are simple problems when the power P is equals to 1 diopter. Okay, now what is the focal length they will ask? P is equals to 1 by f, f is equals to 1 by p. So here also, when power is a 2.5 diopters, what is its focal length? Okay, now when power is equals to minus 4 diopter, what is its focal length? These are the very simple problems. Even a 6th class student can also do. Okay, now so okay. So we don't teach simplification because you are the intermediate second year students. Okay, na? You have to simplify by yourself. Okay, na? Hmm. So this is over. So what is mean by power? Okay, now why power is used? Okay, now what is mean by power? I explained very okay now elaborately. Next, see here combination of thin lenses in a contact. Okay, so already you will already have an idea that is okay. You studied in the in the 10th class, that is in electricity chapter there. Okay, there are two or three resistors okay in series combination and a parallel combination, and there we found that is equivalent resistance if they are connected, if they are connected in series combination, and if those are connected in parallel combination. Okay, so similarly here also students, similarly here also, if it is a one lens, we take it's a focal length, no problem. Suppose if two lenses are given combinedly, okay na? So then what is its a focal length? Okay na? Suppose one lens is convex and another lens is what? Concave lens. They okay, two lenses are joined here. How much a focal length we have to take? Okay na? Yes. So here we will derive. So here I will derive. That is okay, the equivalent of focal length or else the combined focal length when two lenses are kept in a contact. Okay, na? So maybe those two lenses are the same type or else they may differ. That is, one is a convex lens and one is a concave lens. One is a concave lens, so one is a convex lens. Okay, na? So for this, I have to tell some that is what a fundamental. Okay, now because further you get the okay doubt. Okay, yes. See here, I will tell the first that a fundamental. Later, I will explain that. Okay, later I will explain that. Okay. See here, you heard that is about virtual object, virtual image. Virtual means which can't cut on the screen, called as a virtual. Virtual means actual light rays are not passes through them or called as a virtual. Okay, na? So we'll tell the definition of a virtual in two ways. That is, which can't cut on the screen. That is one definition. And another one is which form. Okay, na? Not by the actual okay passing of a light rays like that. Yes, yes. See here, I will tell one. Here I will tell one. Okay, yes. See here, this is what? This is what? Yes, this is what? This is a concave lens. Okay, yes. So here you take one light ray, here also, okay, here also another light ray. Okay, now see here these light rays, from where it is coming, these light rays are not parallel to each other, not parallel to each other and not parallel to the principal axis. So how do we define its object? Okay, now, okay, now how do we take from which object these light rays are coming? It's not possible to define its object from which these light rays are coming. Okay, na? So in that case, what we do, we extend its light rays. Okay, na? These are the instant light rays. We can extend. See here, those extended light rays intersecting at this point, converging at this point, and this is taken as a object. Object, but it is not a real object. So it is taken as a virtual object. Okay, na? Where there incident light rays, see here, these are the incident light rays. Sir, what are you telling, sir? If object is here, light rays must come in this way. Okay, na? But what reverse you are telling, sir? Okay, that is the virtual object. That is the virtual object. Okay, if you accept or not, that is the virtual object. Okay, now this is the virtual object. And see here, this is the light rays. Okay, na? And see, okay, these are. These light rays incidenting as those are converging at its focus, and they are okay. These are there are refracted light rays. Did you understand virtual? Yes. Okay. Now I go to my topic. Okay. Yes. Okay. What that is a combination of thin lenses. Please, students, stay login. Okay, now in 5 minutes I will explain this topic. Okay, now. Yes. See here, these are the two lenses which are in a contact, which are in a contact. Okay, which are in contact. Let's take an object at O on the principal axis. So here are the two incident light rays. One is this one is along the principal axis. Okay, yes. The first lens form the image of object O at this position, I1. Okay, now write the lens formula for this. So no doubt, according to the sign convention, object distance. Okay, yes, it's a okay. It's a formula. So 1 by F is equals to 1 by V minus 1 by U. Lens formula 1 by F is equals to 1 by V minus 1 by U. Okay. See here 1 by F is equals to 1 by F is equals to 1 by V minus 1 by U. So here V is what? Image distance. So here I took a V1 and object distance U. One, okay. So one and the focal length of your first lens is a F1. 1 by F1 is equals to 1 by V1 minus 1 by U. 1 by V1 minus 1 by U. Okay. Yes. Over. First lens formed the image at the position I1, and I wrote the lens formula for that as 1 by F1 is equals to 1 by V1 minus 1 by 1 by V1 minus 1 by U. Okay, now? Yes. Next, see here for a second lens. For a second lens. So carefully listen, students. Just before I said this image acts as a virtual object to the second lens. Virtual object to the second lens. Okay, na? Virtual object to the second lens. Okay, na? Yes. Now see here. Okay. See, this is a incident light ray. Okay, it's a incident light ray. Okay, na? And here second lens. So what it does, ma? So it refracts. Okay, it bends in this form. Okay, na? Yes. So that what happens? So that what happens? Okay, the second lens. See here, this image of a first object formed by a first lens acts as a virtual object to the second lens, so that a second lens of form final image at the position of I. At the position of I. Okay, now? At the position of I. Now for the second lens, write the lens of formula. So this is the original formula. 1 by F is equals to 1 by V minus 1 by U. So let's take the focal length of second lens as F2. So 1 by F2. Okay, now? So here 1 by V. Okay, now 1 by V means here you take 1 by V only. That is the distance of final image from the optics from the center of those two combination. So 1 by V minus and this V1. So here V1 again positive. So because it's incident light rays lies in this direction, the direction of measuring of this okay this what the direction of this object distance of V1, the measuring of this object distance of V1 is in the direction of incident light rays. So, okay, not any difference. 1 by F2 is equals to 1 by V minus 1 by V1. V1 means here that is second object distance. Okay, now? Yes, this is okay, now? See here, okay. This is the for second lens. We got the relation between object distance, image distance. V1, sorry, this is what? U1, sorry, V1. V1, this V1 is here object distance. In the first case, it is image distance. Okay, na? So 1 by F2 is equals to 1 by V minus 1 by V1. Now add equation to 1 and 2, ma. 1 by F1 plus 1 by F2 is equals to 1 by V1 minus 1 by U plus 1 by V minus 1 by V1. Okay, na? So here, see here, see, ma, that is 1 minus 1 by V1 plus 1 by V1 get cancelled. Okay, now? And 1 by V minus 1 by U we got. And already we know 1 by V minus 1 by U is a lens formula. From lens formula 1 by F. So 1 by F1 plus 1 by F2 is equals to 1 by F. Okay, now? Yes. So it's a formula is only important. You don't bother about its derivation. They won't give any derivation. Okay, now? Sometimes they will give two lenses are kept in a contact. If their individual focal lengths are F1 and F2 and so on. Okay, now? Calculate their effective focal length or else equivalent of focal length. So, okay. So at that time we have to write what? That is 1 by F is equals to, that is a reciprocal of equivalent focal length is equals to, okay na, sum of reciprocal focal lengths of individual lenses. That is 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2. If there are three lenses, plus 1 by f3. If there are four lenses, plus 1 by f4. If there are n lenses, then 1 by f is equals to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2 plus 1 by f3 plus and so on 1 by fn. And so on 1 by fn. Understand, students? So this is, sometimes they will ask only derivation, only formula. Okay na? So what is the equivalent of focal length if two or more lenses are kept in a contact? Okay na? Yes, one we have to write 1 by f is equals to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2 plus and so on. Okay na? If the lenses are convex lenses, we get the positive values of focal length. If the lenses are okay, if any lenses, okay na, taken are concave lenses, we have to take their negative values. Okay na? Suppose if two lenses are convex and one is concave, then okay, so convex lenses focal length substitute positive values and concave lens focal length substitute as a negative value. That's only. Okay na? Yes. And see here, it's equivalent power. Okay, so 1 by f is equals to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2 plus 1 by f3 plus and so on. Okay na? And here 1 by f is equals to equivalent power of a combination of lenses kept in a contact. This is the equivalent equivalent power. And p1, p2, p3 and so on, these are what? These are the powers of individual lenses. Okay na? Yes. So the equivalent power of a combination of lenses kept in a contact is equals to the sum of powers of individual lenses. P is equals to p1 plus p2 plus p3 and so on. Okay na? Yes. And next what? That is magnification. Magnification. Okay na? So already you know that is the ratio of a size of image to size of object is called as a magnification. Okay na? So we use lenses and mirrors to see the smaller objects in the big form. Those are called as a magnified lenses, magnified mirrors. Okay na? And we will have their magnifications. Okay na? Yes. And see here, if m1, m2, m3 and so on, these are all the magnifications of individual lenses given, then their resultant magnification, equivalent magnification, if they are kept in a contact, is m is equals to product of their individual magnifications. The resultant magnification m is equals to product of their individual magnifications. M is equals to m1, m2, m3 and so on. Understand, students? Yes. Suppose see here, this is a formula because its derivation is not required here. Its a formula is a enough. Suppose see here, if two lenses are given, separating some distance. So here is a one lens and here is a one lens. Now what is the focal length, sir? Is the same if we take 1 by f is equals to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2? Not. Okay na? Then what is it's a resultant of focal length. Yes. So for that see here, okay, yes, the reciprocal of equivalent of focal length of two lenses separated by some distance, 1 by f is equals to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2 minus d by f1 f2. Okay na? Yes. So from this formula we can get the equivalent of focal lengths of two lenses separated by some distance. Sir, if one is a convex, if another one is a concave, no problem. If it is a convex, take its a positive value. If it is a concave, take its negative value. That's enough. Okay, na? So this is another formula. This is also important. Sometimes they will ask the formula only for 2 marks. Okay, na? At that time we have to write that. Okay, yes. I hope you understood. Okay, na? So here is the some example problem. So I don't know how many still are there in the class. Okay, na, because if time become 3, okay, na, because of their busy schedule, they will leave the session. Okay, now that's why. Okay, now so no problem. That is students. Okay, uh, okay. So who are in the session? They are only actually cream. Okay, now. So even if I take the session up to evening of 5 o'clock, okay, I hope they will. Okay, now in the session. Okay, they are only cream. Okay, yes. So no problem. See here, find the position of the image formed by the lens combination. So this type of problems are important in your competitive examinations. Okay, let's see here. Okay, yes. Uh, so here three lenses are there. One is a convex lens. Okay, and in between there is one more lens, that is what, a concave lens. And here this is another convex lens. Okay, now see here object is there at a 30 centimeter distance from the first lens. Okay, now yes. So first is a convex lens, that's why its a focal length is a positive. Second one is a concave, and its a focal length is given negative as -10. And the distances between these lenses also given. The distance between first lens and the second lens is a 5 centimeter, and the distance from a second lens and the third lens is a 10 centimeter. Okay, yes. So here values are given very clearly. Okay, na? Yes. Now see here what we have to find. What we have to find. Okay, yes. So don't worry, that is they don't give this type of problems in the IPE. Okay, so for the competitive examination, so only they will give this type of problems. Okay, now find the position of the image formed by the lens combination. Okay, now that means here we have to find final image. Final image. Okay, now yes. So to find the final image, first we have to find image formed by the first lens. Okay, na? Image formed by the first lens acts as a virtual image to the second lens. So further we have to find lens formed by the second lens. Lens formed by the second lens acts as a virtual object to the third lens. So finally we have to find that is image formed by the third lens. That is the final image. Okay, na? So let's try to find one by one. So we have to find in this way only. So we can't have that is any other method. Okay, na? Yes. Now see here first, okay, first lens. So formula for the, okay, it is the convex lens. So formula we know 1 by F is equals to 1 by V minus 1 by U. Okay, na? So because here there are three lenses, so take F1, okay, na? Yes. For the first lens, 1. For the second lens, 2. For the third lens, 3. Okay, na? Yes. Okay. This is the formula. Now substitute object distance U1. Object distance U1. So U1 is what? 30 centimeter. And we have to, every time, we have to use sign conventions. Okay, na? So object distance here positive or negative. See here, we measure the object distance from right to left, whereas the direction of incident light rays left to right. Okay, na? Opposite. Okay, na? If the direction of if the direction of distances measured opposite to the direction of incident light rays, so we have to take those values negative only. So object distance U1 is -30 here, and we have to find the image distance V1. It is the convex lens, it is the focal length positive 10. Okay, na? So if you solve this, okay, if you solve this, I don't tell simplification. So you get a V1 is equals to 15 centimeter. So image distance positive means, so here image formed on the other side of the okay, lens. Okay, na? So because on the left side of the lens object is there, so right side of the object is a image formed. So that's why here we got image distance is a positive. Okay, na? Yes, I hope you understood. Mm. Now where is the image here? Yes, let's take, okay. So this is the second lens. Okay, na? And the distance from first lens to second lens is a 5 centimeter. Okay, now at a 15 centimeter distance from first lens image formed, and from the second lens, so what is its distance? Yes, so here is the image. Here is the image. So this is the image. This is the image, and the distance of a image from the second lens is a 10 centimeter. Okay, na? Yes. This is the second. This is the second. This image acts as a virtual object to the second lens. Virtual object. Okay, na? And here, okay, and here also we'll have, okay, see here, the object distance we measure in this direction, and the direction of incident light rays also, because it is the virtual object. This is the direction of incident light rays. So here object distance u is 10 centimeter. It is the positive, and it is the concave lens. Its a focal length is a negative. Okay, na? See this formula: 1 by f2 is equals to 1 by v2 minus 1 by u2. U2 here is a positive because it acts as a virtual object. Okay, na? I said that, okay, this is the direction of incident light rays for the virtual object. For this virtual object, I explained why that is the direction of incident light rays towards the object just previously. Okay, na? See the direction of incident light rays in this way. So we measure the distance also in this direction, both in the same direction. Object distance u2 is here positive, and it is the concave lens. It's a focal length is a negative. You substitute here, so you get v2 is a infinity. V2, that means the image of form at a infinite distance. Image of form at a infinite distance. Okay, na? Okay, the second lens, the second lens. Okay, see here, see here, see here. Okay, na? The focal length of a second lens is a 10 centimeter, and the object distance also 10 centimeter. That means the object is, that object means image formed by the first lens is at the focus of a second lens. Already we know, without calculating we can tell simply, if the object is at the focus of a lens, then then that lens forms its image at an infinite distance. It's an infinite distance. See here, the virtual image is formed at the infinite distance to the left of the, okay, na, second lens. So this is the what? This is the second lens. Its left is what here. Okay, na, at an infinite distance it forms, okay, it forms image. Okay, na? Yes. Next, see here, without solving, we can tell. Without solving, we can tell. What? Without solving, we can tell. Okay, na? So image formed by the second lens is what? At an infinite distance. Okay, na? This image is at infinite distance to the second lens. To the third lens also it is at an infinite distance. To the third lens also. Okay, na? Yes. If the image is this image formed by the second lens acts as a object to the third lens. That means the object to the third lens is at infinite distance. So this third lens, okay, forms its image. It's a image at its focus. At its focus. What is the distance of a focus? Okay, na? Whatever it's a focal length. So here it's a focal length is what? 30 centimeter. That means the final image of form at a 30 centimeter distance to the right of the third lens. To the right of the third lens. That is here we got. Okay, na? So without solving, from the formula we can get a 30 centimeter. Without solving also we can tell. Okay, na? So I hope this is this one month. Okay. So my class is over. Now I will okay end the meeting. So before end the meeting, okay. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Here I have to type. Okay. Okay. Stop sharing. Okay.